You've also got a sort of a report card on how the federal government and provincial governments are doing on the vaccine rollout. So what did you find out?
Yeah, we have to be careful. It is a report card, but this is kind of like, I don't know whether this is the interim report card or kind of the meeting with the parent before the first part of the semester, where, because report card, it's pretty gruesome numbers, and in the survey that we did, we asked Canadians to rate the federal government and their province on a 10-point scale, where kind of like 0 was a very poor job, 10 was a good job. And they asked them to rate them on the vaccination rollout. The feds got, brace yourself, 4.7 out of 10.
Wow.
Provinces got 5.5 out of 10. So if we put our little, our kind of educational analogy into play, the feds, because they got 4.7, that's an F, failure, because it's below 5. The provinces, just a little better, so they get a D, because they're only at 5.5. So not great news for either. But the one thing is very important, that this is very early in the process. We'll have to see whether these numbers move at all as more vaccinations kind of land on the shores of Canada and the vaccination actually rolls in. So we kind of say, this is called, can we say, a preliminary interim report card shows this. So 2 ways to look at this. We can say, man, these are brutal numbers. Or we can say, well, there's only one way to go, up. Because could it get worse than 4.7 out of 10? I hope not.
I mean, a lot can change in a year, especially in a political year. It's our producer Trevor was pointing out that at this point last year we were talking about a federal budget.
Yeah.
Now I believe, and look where we are. So who knows what could happen.
And there's definitely difference by region too on these scorecards. So for all those listeners and watchers that are in Atlantic Canada, you're probably more likely to give a higher score for your province, 6.9. So they get like a C+. But if you're in Ontario or the Prairies, those were the 2 provinces that actually scored the lowest. They scored fails, 4.5 and 4.7. So it's not the same rate across the board. So maybe those Atlantic Canadians, the bubble, the stern talk, the focus on keeping people from the rest of Canada out of Atlantic Canada.
Out of Atlantic Canada, yeah.
And the fact that their cases have been under control compared to a lot of other parts of the country makes Atlantic Canadians the most hopeful in terms of scoring their provincial government compared to Canadians that live in other parts of the country.